Yo, check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. This is your daily outlook and prediction for stocks in crypto. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. We're going to be looking at AMC, GME. We're also looking at SPY and Bitcoin as well. We're going to be looking at news, fundamentals, and technicals, giving you guys predictions for the upcoming week. This is a short week, so you're not going to want to miss a second of this video. Without wasting any more of your time, let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. Let's go. All right, guys, what is up? You are back for another video. Very good update and prediction for you guys right now. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. This video is not financial advice. Let's go ahead and show you guys what's going on right now with AMC, GME. We're also going to be looking at SPY and Bitcoin. This is your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. We're going to be hopping in with a little bit of technicals. I'm going to show you guys some things that we haven't seen since 2021, and I'm going to be showing you guys some news. We're going to be kicking off the video with some news right now for AMC. So you guys can see that Inside Out 2 is doing numbers, okay? So about 1.014 billion globally at the box office. It's absolutely doing numbers, and there are new movies coming out like Deadpool as well. So imagine what Deadpool will do. We are getting good movies. The movies are coming back. It's the summer. We are seeing good numbers in the box office, so that's always good for AMC stock. Now you guys can also see that they are spreading a mass amount of FUD as well. So we do have this positive news, this positive catalyst, and you guys can see that they are spreading FUD. You guys can see if I just type in AMC stock news, you guys can see investor plays trying to spread FUD, not going bankrupt. You guys can see that saying forget AMC stock, buy this, and you guys can see that they're spreading FUD for AMC and GME. They're also trying to talk about the Roaring Kitty lawsuit, which was recently dismissed. If you guys don't know that, that's dismissed. It's a doomed lawsuit, and it really doesn't have effect. They tried to really blame the pullback on GME on that lawsuit, but really what happened was they dumped a lot of shares. So they're trying to create a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt right now because we are showing massive signs of strength in the technicals, and I'm going to get to that here in a second. So that's why I wanted to pop off with that little bit of news, and now let's hop into the data and then give you guys the technicals for AMC and GME. Right now they have 350,000 shares available to short for AMC at time of recording, and they have 2.5 million for GME at time of recording. AMC cost to borrow is sitting at 1.72%, and GME cost to borrow is sitting at 0.65%. Now, because this week is a short week, they are potentially gamma hedging for AMC and GME, and that's why we're potentially seeing these moves to the upside, especially for AMC, as AMC did break above that $5 level. Now, if you don't know what's going on, the market is closed early tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow the entire day, market open to market closed, but the market is closed early at 1 p.m. So be prepared for that. And then the market is closed on the 4th of July, so be prepared for that. So because the week is short, they have to start hedging for the calls early, and since we broke above that $5 level, this is why we're seeing this big push to the upside, in my personal opinion, besides breaking key technical levels. Now, you guys can see that we had this nice move to the upside here on AMC. We consolidated sideways, and now we have this bullish consolidation holding above that 515, 510 level. What I think is going to be happening tomorrow is AMC is probably going to see a little bit of pullback down towards that 515, 510 level, getting a bounce from there, and then getting a push to the upside. I do think we could potentially have another bullish day tomorrow. And if you guys have looked at what's going on, if you've been paying attention, we are absolutely going crazy here on the bigger time frames. You guys can see daily MACD is about to go green. We're curling up nicely right here, about to get that cross. You guys can see we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green days in a row. Now, if we go ahead and pop on the Bollinger Bands as well, you guys can see the Bollinger Bands are constricted here on the daily time frame. We are above the blue medium line. It looks like we could potentially be seeing a bigger push to the upside here for AMC. Now, I want to show you guys some things that we haven't seen since 2021 for AMC stock. So I want you guys to take note at green weekly MACD. Last time we seen a big push up, the massive push to the upside, we had green weekly MACD. We also had the Bollinger Bands constricted here on the weekly time frame, and you guys can see that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Bollinger Bands are constricted here on the weekly time frame, and if you go back in history, you guys can see that the Bollinger Bands before both takeoffs, constricted before that. Now, another thing that we have that we haven't had since then are these signals flashing here on the super trend. If you go ahead and pop on the super trend, you guys can see we have a weekly buy signal here on AMC stock. This is something we haven't seen in quite some time. We had this little run right here where we got this one weekly buy signal, which did come with a run, but also when we had the mega pump, we had the weekly buy signal. So this is something to take note of. This is a huge weekly macro technical, and this is showing signs that we could potentially be seeing a much bigger push to the upside, potentially a bottom or an overall uptrend for AMC stock. So again, this is not saying that we could be squeezing, but it's definitely saying bullish momentum is building in a big way, and AMC and GME are prone to squeezes. So just take note of these macro technical signals that we haven't seen since that bigger run up back in 2021. Now, if I go ahead and show you a couple more things, we can go even further with this. You guys can see here on the monthly time frame. If we go ahead and go to the monthly time frame, you guys can see that we have our second green candle for monthly MACD. So we now have monthly MACD, and that is also the same thing that we had more prerequisites for having that bigger push to the upside. You guys can see monthly MACD went green, and then we had that bigger push to the upside. All of these things are saying that on the macro time frame, AMC is shifting. That bullish momentum is building on the macro time frame, and that we should be seeing an overall uptrend. And on top of all of that, we still have the fractal from 2021, the original run up, and we are still maintaining these elevated levels. Originally, how you run up is you push up, you consolidate at higher levels, and then you push up even higher. And we did that back in the past, and it looks like we're doing the same thing right now. You guys can see that you push up, you consolidate, and then you push up even higher. So if history is going to repeat itself, you are going to see another move for AMC stock. In order to see that move, we want to break above the $6 level. You guys can see how we constantly reject from this level here, here, here. We need to break above that $6 level, using that level as support, and that's what could give us the momentum to push the upside. You guys can see last time we got above that $6 level here, that yellow square that you see on your screen, we had this big push to the upside. That's because it's a major level of support. That's why we reject hard from it. We reject all the way down here. When we couldn't get above it, reject it hard, reject it hard. If we get above it and confirm it as support, we're going to get a big push to the upside for AMC stock. So this is what we're looking at. We are set up very, very closely for that. And on top of all of those things that I've showed you with the technicals, AMC stock historically has blasted off on short weeks. So we have a short week as well. After or on the short week is when AMC normally takes off. So we have all of these things, all of these technical setups saying that bullish momentum is building. We are literally seeing the price go insane. Green days, 7 days in a row. If we get above these key levels, that's when we could really start to see things get excited, and AMC could make a bigger move to the upside, making a higher high than that $11, $13 level than we made with the last run up. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC. Remember, tomorrow, I think we're going to be pulling back towards that 515 level, 510, finding support relatively early and then pushing to the upside. If we do consolidate and it is a red day, it isn't the end of the world, but I think we could potentially be seeing some gamma because we are so high above $5. If we break above 550, that's going to give us a nice boost towards $6 because that's where we could pick up some more gamma. So that's what we're looking at for AMC stock. Let's go ahead and show you what's going on for GME and then show you guys SPY and then wrap up the video. So you guys can see GME had a nice push to the upside, seems to be recovering after that basically FUD attack where the frivolous lawsuit with Roy and Kitty came out. Also, they're trying to use Chewy as a distraction. They really need eyes off of AMC and GME right now because they're starting to experience a lot of pressure right now of AMC being at these higher levels, especially if GameStop were to get to like $25, $30, then you could be at risk at GameStop making another move like the fractal says to the upside, especially if you break that $30 level. GME, I believe, is in this consolidation period, that double bottom period. You can see it very, very clearly where GME makes a double bottom before pushing to the upside. And that I think that push to the upside will correlate with what we're going to see with AMC. Now, AMC is expected to make a bigger move when we do make this move, but I think we're going to see this move on GameStop and AMC roughly around the same time. You guys can see that GameStop has this double bottom structure right here. You guys can see we're doing that right now, kind of making that double bottom structure now. I think this is going to lead to a bigger push to the upside. What we need to do to confirm that is break above $25. If we break above $25.93, then we could head towards $30. If we break above $30, that's when things can get exciting. We'll start making that push for $40, maybe even $50. Now, the fractal says that GME will go to about the previous high. So the previous high in pre-market was about $60, but as far as like when we were trading, it was about that $47 level. So we could see anywhere from about $47 to $60 off of this next push that we're expecting for GME based off the fractal from 2021. And again, I think this is going to correlate with that move of AMC. I think that's why both fractals are saying a pump is coming for the meme stock. So I think GME is going to push to the upside here. I think we need to just break above that $25 level to get confirmation. Really confirm this double bottom. If we break above 26.50, that's going to confirm the double bottom. So we're going to be looking at those higher levels to see if GME can get up there and confirm that, and that will let us know that this rally is on the way. And again, if we break above $6 for AMC, that's letting us know that we could see a major move as well. So that's what we're looking at for GME. As far as tomorrow is concerned, I think we'll consolidate. We're pulling back here slightly in after hours, but I think we'll get a pop back to the upside. We'll probably retest like $23.80 or $24 in the morning, depending on where we start. I think we'll find a bottom relatively early, similar to AMC, and then push back to the upside. So that's what we're looking at for GME. Support is at 23.59, and we also have support at 23.81 on GameStop. Let's go ahead and show you guys SPY and then Bitcoin and then wrap up this video. So SPY got a nice push to the upside after breaking above that 545.78. You guys can see that it confirmed that level of support here. I told you guys in the live stream, if we did confirm that level of support, you would see a nice push to the upside. We pushed all the way up to this 548.91 resistance, and now we are meeting resistance there. SPY has major resistance at 550. If SPY is able to break and hold 550 as support, you would see a decent push to the upside. But right now, SPY is moving too high too fast, so it comes into the problem of RSI. You guys can see RSI is already starting to get to that overbought territory in an hourly time frame. It's sitting at 67, and then if you go down to the 30-minute time frame, you are overbought. 15-minute time frame, you're sitting at close to overbought. So SPY need to either consolidate or pull back, or this rally is going to fizzle out fast because it is moving up too fast. You guys can see the MACD's kind of curling down as well. You want to see SPY break above that 550 level, confirming it if you're really looking for a major bullish push to the upside for SPY. As far as I'm concerned, I need to see that level confirmed as support to see if we're going to make that move. If not, we're going to get a big rejection back to the downside. And if we look at what's happening here on the bigger time frames, it looks like SPY might try to push up towards basically getting another big push up towards this upper level here, and then getting rejected. You guys can see we did that here on Friday. We got this big push up and then rejected down hard. It looks like we might be trying to do that again, where we get another rapid push, but then because it's so rapid, RSI is getting so overbought, it's getting so frothy, we get another major pullback. So we're going to be looking for that and being very careful for that on SPY. So watch out as volatility is starting to build, and we are getting close to the edge of the end of this channel. And if it breaks down out of the channel, even if we consolidate and end up using this as resistance, you would see a move to the downside. So we're going to be watching very closely for that here on SPY. Now, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, Bitcoin is holding that 61.5K level as support. You want to see it continue to hold this level. I'm under the belief that Bitcoin is actually setting up for a bullish move. I think this is a little bit forward looking, but I think what we're going to end up seeing is Bitcoin hold this level and then start pushing towards the upside towards 65.6K. And if we do use that level as support, then we could push towards 69 and even 72K. I think Bitcoin is actually getting towards the end of this consolidation range and getting ready to make a move. And instead of a move down like a lot of people believe, I think Bitcoin's going to make a move up. You guys can see the daily MACD starting to go green here. We still have weekly MACD sitting in that red territory, but it's starting to look like it's bottomed out. RSI is now cooled down. So if Bitcoin was able to get back to these higher levels, we would have a little bit more room to run to give us that higher pop to the upside that we're looking for this overall BTC uptrend. You guys can see we're still in this uptrend. We haven't broken this trend line. So overall, this is still a bullish consolidation because we pushed up, we consolidate it, and that could lead to another move to the upside. So I think we could see that coming here shortly for BTC and the overall crypto market, because Bitcoin dominance is so high that you would see the overall altcoin market follow with that as well. If you go ahead and look at quickly real quick with Ethereum, you guys can see that we do have this overall falling wedge, and this is also leading me to believe that we could see a pop to the upside because Ethereum is still in this falling wedge, and this will eventually lead to a bullish move once it completes the falling wedge and breaks out. So again, crypto looks like it could be setting up for a pump to the upside when many people are actually pretty bearish on crypto right now. There's a lot of fear in the market, but this could be a cooling down point only to set us up for the next leg up. So very, very excited for what could possibly come in the crypto market, guys. This is the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. We also have a merch store as well if you want to support the channel in another way. But if you want to support it for absolutely free, just hit that like button and leave a comment. Merch store link is down below. And if you managed to watch the end, I truly appreciate you. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, y'all, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, press subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. All of the information is linked down below, and I appreciate you if you watch to the end. Leave a comment and drop a like, and as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.